How's it going, everybody? My name is TreeBurgers and welcome back to the PR test server, where we will be taking a look at the Halloween patch, which features the new Witch Hunt Workbench. The new Halloween patch for Crossout is set to hit us any day. My best bet is on Thursday, which is tomorrow, the 22nd of October. This patch brings us a bunch of cool items that we will be looking at, one of them being a new pack with this new cabin that we have right here. I've already covered that one in my previous video. I'm gonna leave a link down to that in the description, so if you want to go watch that, do that right now, or do it after you watched this video. So the main thing about the new patch is the new Halloween coming to us, and Halloween has been in Crossout for a couple of years now with the special trick-or-treat event going on here. Basically, the trick-or-treat battle is the same as anyone else, but you get treats here for your victories. Alternatively, you can also do the Witch Hunt, which is a Halloween only mode where you have to chase down a guy with balloons, and whoever carries the balloons for longest gets the win. The first survivor to 100 points is the winner. It's basically just tag, and whoever is it for the longest gets the win. Once you've earned all of your tricky treats, you can go and use those in the special Witch Hunt Workbench. This is a limited workbench bringing a bunch of new items as well as some items that we have seen before, as you can see right here. The new items are as following: the LED soaring bat, the LED jack. These are new items that we haven't seen before, which is both decor items, super cool here with different sorts of LED screens. Besides, we have a paint here called Kaleidoscope. Looks super cool. I don't have that on my account right now, but if we take this vehicle and load it into here, you can see what this looks like. Besides, we also have the Pink Panther, also not in my inventory, but here it is for those of you interested. The paint looks super cool, by the way. We also have a bunch of items here for our garage, and I think this is something that we're going to see in future workbenches now that they introduced our custom garages. So we have a bunch of different things here: pumpkins, captured ghosts, and we have a creepy spider and some new targets that we can shoot at. Next to that, all of the previous items that we have seen in the workbench earlier are coming back. So something like the taco and the skull pipe, and this time the taco has the correct recipe as well, it looks like. So these are not able, you won't be able to farm the taco like you could in the previous one, where for some reason this had the epic recipe. It was a bit weird, but it's no longer possible. Also, pump balloons coming back. I don't think we had those in the previous, but I'm not 100% sure. And lastly, all of the stickers and some of the paints from the previous Halloween events are also coming back. Now, if we are to take a look at some of the new parts here that we got, first of all, here are the two LED screens. As you can see, these can be mounted on any build, on any surface, and they look super cool on your build once you run around with these. They are something that I think we're going to see more of. They are a bit in the same style as the holograms that we've had previously. Now we've gone to LED screens, and I'm excited to see what other things we can get to put on our build, even though decor items at the end of the day don't make such a huge difference for the gameplay experience. But it's nice to be able to put a personal touch to your vehicles, which is also what I've tried to do here with the new cabin and some of the new parts. If you don't like this, don't judge me too much. I'm not a good at building under pressure. The new things here that we can get for the garage are all destructible objects. So if we hit the pumpkin here, the thing explodes into a bunch of pieces, as you can see. This also counts for the new ghost, which is weighted down here by a kettlebell. This is actually super cool. Once we ram that, it goes away in a blue cloud of mystery. And finally, there we have a spider. Once we ram that, it just basically falls apart. So all of these are new destructible objects. And then we have these things as well, which we can also ram. I actually didn't know that we could ram the one, and I have no idea where the ghost went. He apparently went away. So something else here that we can decorate the garage with. This garage is an absolute mess, so don't judge it too much. But all of these new items will surely come in handy for a lot of you guys who like to spend some time on building cool looking garages. This year's Witch Hunt will take place on a special Ravager's Foothold Halloween map. So as you can see, this has been changed just a little bit with some coloring into the deep pits that you can fall into if you are not careful. Now, I did also try to look through here because I know some of you guys are probably going to ask it, and no, the old maps, the Ship Graveyard and Rock City and Fortress, are not back yet, which I had kind of hoped for, but they are not. I'm really hoping that we get to see them in this patch, because for those of you who play Clan Wars is just a bit boring at the moment, and that's just a fact. We don't have a lot of maps for the different game modes at the moment, which is a huge shame in my opinion. It is what it is though. We just gotta cross our fingers that they will come back soon. Finally, we didn't really look at each specific part when we covered the pack itself. We mostly just focused on the cabin. So today I also just quickly want to take a look at all of the different parts, structural parts you get with the new pack here. So remove these, let's remove all of this so we can kind of just focus on the parts that come with pack. Well, so these are mostly new parts. First of all, we will be getting the veil, which is a bumper here, as you can see. Has some damage on ram and features all of the things that you would expect from a bumper. Next to that, we have the phantom fenders. These are left and right, and if you saw before, as you saw before, wheels actually fit into these very, very well, which is nice. Sometimes wheels do struggle a bit with the hitbox compared to the fender that you're trying to use, but for this specific one, it looks very, very good. And also we get 3 of these rear covers, which is a 2x6 slanted piece. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, so very, very nice to see that we finally get that. And then lastly, the cabin here. Let's just cover the... Oops. No, we don't want to do that. There we go. We want that thing. So here you can see the connection points of the new cabin, which is... Where does it go to? There we go. It is mostly square, but on the rear axis here, you do have a little bit of room where you only have 2 blocks wide of a connection point for your frames. That is due to the wheel caps there. So all in all, a super, super nice looking cabin, which is gonna fit in very, very well with the current theme of cars, in my opinion. It has a nice wasteland post-apocalyptic style to it, which I personally cannot get enough of. I think it's very nice to see that they are keeping true to this style, and instead of adding too much Dawn's Children and all that stuff, they are mostly outputting this stuff at the moment. That is, at least in my humble opinion, a very, very nice thing to see. But that is pretty much all we have for this update. I haven't been able to find anything else. I've gone through the technology tree, I've gone through the guide here, and I cannot see much that we haven't seen already. For those of you interested though in the new paints, I don't have the paints from the Workbench in my inventory sadly, but we do actually have most of the paints from the pack. And I think we can see all of them here. Yep. So Evil Spectre first of all looks like this. Then we have the Illusion of Life, looks like this. The Ocean Spirit, like that. Pale Shadow, this is the paint that also comes with the regular pack. So this is the one you're going to be getting if you buy the regular version of it. Phantom Menace, a pink version of it. And finally, the Winter Ghost, which is a bit more popping than the Ocean Spirit here, as you can see. But all in all of these paints are looking super cool, brings a lot of color to your vehicles, and this looks like something that could potentially be lighting up in the dark whenever you get those dark matches. And that is just about all I had for you guys today in this video. Thank you so much for watching it once again. Stay safe, and until next time, have an amazing day. Bye bye.